So this one I'm gonna read is by Ada. She's 30. She's a female and she's straight. So she's saying Okafor's law is a sexist myth. I think Nigerian men say it a lot because they want it to be true. If your ex is still fucking you, it's because she hasn't found better, not because your dick is irresistible.
True.
Period. If it were true, men wouldn't always be lamenting about how babes free them when they don't have money.
That is true because
Hey, listen.
Okay.
If it's a law, they should have no problem fucking those exes that free them for being broke.
That is true because
Hey guys, welcome back to the
CHIC
Chat.
I'm Lalade.
And I'm Shy.
And we're your hosts. Okay, so today we'll be talking about OKAFOR'S law.
Interesting. I haven't heard about that before. I don't know what that is. If I see this man walking past on the street, I don't know.
Him. Yeah. Well, basically, OKAFOR'S law is like, there's a Yoruba slang they used to describe it. It's once they bear, always they bear.
So let me hold on. Is it OKAFOR'S law? Like Okafor, the Igbo surname? OKAFOR?
Yeah. OKAFOR'S law. So basically, the Yoruba slang that they used to describe it is once they bear, always they bear. Meaning like, if a guy has like been with a girl before, like in past, even if it's like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 2 months ago, if he wants that girl again, he will get her. Like, not like by force or anything, no, but if he wants her again, once he gets himself back into her life, he would get her.
So we'll be able to sleep with her again.
Yeah, again.
I don't understand how that works.
People say it's like a myth or something, but like every guy that has ever claimed to like believe it has always worked for them.
What's the point of this? Like I don't get him.
It's like a man just being able to brag that as far as he's gotten that girl, he can get her again. Do you get it? It's like it's just that mentality.
Okay, so let me use me for example. This is not really my life, but I'm just saying so let's say like 5 years ago, I got to a relationship with a guy, and we were in a relationship for like 2 years. But that relationship went bad, all that stuff, and I swore to myself that me and this guy would never have anything to do with each other. I would never, ever, 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 ever go back to him. And you know, I've worked on myself. I've grown as a human being. A couple years later, I've dated a couple people. Now I'm single. And you say that if the guy comes back into my life, for some weird reason, I've allowed him back into my life, he will still be able to sleep with me.
Yep. Basically, that's literally it. Like, no matter how bad he did you or how bad things went, if he wants to sleep with you, once he's gotten back into your life, he can.
Hey,
literally. Like, it's so like crazy that like people can make laws like that. Like, oh,
yeah,
like,
that's what I'm thinking. Like, what's the point of this law existing? Like, what psychotic man sat there and made this law?
I feel like Okafor, you Igbo men.
My
people always say
was an Okafor.
People always say fear Yoruba men, but Igbo men.
Actually, I'm an Igbo girl, and I do not date Igbo men for that reason. And then I know the devil you know is better than the angel you don't know, and I know Igbo men, but I'm not gonna be. But like, go back to OKAFOR'S law. Like, do you believe it's a thing? Is it possible?
I believe it's possible, but I don't think it's like 100%. Like, it's 100% a thing. You know, I don't feel like it's 100% a thing because I know there are some women out there like that could put their mind to something and would really like go through it. Like, if they put their mind to like the fact that they would never sleep with this man again, they really wouldn't sleep with that man again, no matter how much the man wants to sleep with them. Like, I feel like some men in my life, like, okay, so let's hypothetically say that a man has been in my life before and he's probably slept with me, right? I feel like I'm very strong-willed to the point where it's like he can't sleep with me again if he just wants to sleep with me. Like, I have to want it to. Do you get? He can't just come into my life. I like just like, I mean, obviously for him to for like in the OKAFOR'S law thing, right, for him to sleep with the one has to want it to, right? But like if I didn't want that at all, like before, like he can't just get it. Do you get? I feel like it's
because
just,
the way the law comes off is like if I want it, I can get it.
I feel like there's some women I know, like Angel now, like if it wouldn't just like it can't just like go through with that woman. Like there's just some people that are different that it wouldn't like work with. Do you get like there's just okay, it probably works like 99% of the time, but like the 1%, yeah, it does.
Question. So are we? So we're now. It's not that we're blaming women, but we're now saying that it's technically the woman's fault that a man can still sleep with her if he wants to because she is not strong-willed. That is very sexist, you know?
Yeah, that
very
is sexist.
That we're basically shifting the blame from holding men accountable to that mindset.
To holding that mindset.
Yeah, why as a man do you have that mindset? We're shifting the
true.
accountability from men into women that you are now not a strong will
to not like not to be able to say no.
You're weak. You know what I'm saying?
It's like men that have that like because like why why do you think like you can just get back into someone's life and just like
and just for
disrupt,
sexual purposes? We get it. Men think with sex. They maybe even in the beginning, all he wanted the girl for was sex. Men do that a lot, you know. But this mindset is very, very psychological.
Yeah, because
something is not well if you think like this.
Because there was a movie I watched on Netflix. That's how I actually got to know about it.
Really?
I think there's a movie on Netflix about it. I think it's either called OKAFOR'S or it's based around it, right? And that's actually how I got to know about it. Basically, you guys should watch it if you can. But like basically, it's this guy that was trying to like find a woman to settle or something like that, right? And then he was like, there were 3 women that he's been with in his past. Like he's been with a lot of people in his past, right? But there were 3 women that he narrowed it down to like, I can settle with one of these women, right?
Be my wife.
And then like they were like, he was like, because of OKAFOR'S law, I know I can get this woman back. Like, how do you just have that mentality that because you've been in this woman's life before? How do you have that mentality that because you've been in this woman's life before you can get her again? So basically he just went on about getting these women and he was able to sleep with 3 of them literally.
Again.
Like yes, like he got into each of their lives separately. He just did as if he bumped into them random. One was already married though. One of them was already married. Fair woman too. Fair woman. Because you get Obiri. Gonna trust woman. Gonna trust Eve.
Woman.
But like literally one of the women were already married, like, and the other 2, I think one had a boyfriend, I'm not sure, but like basically he was able to sleep with 3 of them back to back. I think he was trying to prove the law to his friends or something like that, right? And he also was trying to settle.
With that married one was a great way to prove that law.
That was a great way. Like with that married one, he even like he ended up what's that word? When somebody wants to use something against you. He ended up blackmailing. That married woman. He ended up blackmailing her because he made a video. Like he had a camera in the room where he slept with her, so he made a video and ended up blackmailing her because she was.
Men are dangerous. I'm scared of men.
Because her husband was like a big man, right? So he ended up blackmailing her out of something from that man or something like that. Do you get? So like men are dangerous, but like that whole law is crazy.
Any man that I know that believes in this law, they fear you.
Yeah, because
because I don't know anything about this. Let me see, there's a tweet on here that I'm gonna read. Is this the definition? This is the definition. I can't see y'all, man. Okay, so basically, Google says that OKAFOR'S law is a statement that applies to guys mostly if you have been involved with a girl for a period of time and did a good job in and out of the bedroom, mostly in. The belief is that you can always go to the girl at any given time and sleep with her again, no matter what situation arises, breakups, different lovers, etc.
That's crazy. Like, how do people just have that mentality? Like, you can just come back into what? Men have audacity.
Okay,
now if they don't have anything else, they have audacity.
Yeah, there's somewhere that they sell it. But I would say now that I've read that definition, it kind of gives me a little bit of insight on like the part that was highlighted, did a good job in and out of the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? There's this phrase that's stigmatized. There is a lot of women that are stigmatized.
Yeah, that is like attracted to.
Yeah, we talked about in the previous episode about how sex exchanges energy.
Yeah, it does.
So maybe why that man and woman were dealing with each other, the energy that they exchanged was whatever, you know, and now she's stigmatized. Maybe even if she's worked on herself for years and she doesn't even realize that this
She's
man
still-
has
yeah,
this effect
this
on
yeah
him.
this hold on
Okay,
her.
no,
Yeah.
I can see where OKAFOR'S law might come into play.
Yeah.
But I still, as I'm learning this, I still
don't-
think it's totally wrong.
Yeah, I do.
Does it work? Maybe it's possible.
Maybe I feel like in most instances it could,
Yeah,
but like there's still like the exception. You know, there's always the
obviously,
exception.
there's always an exception. Wow, well, that's crazy.
That's
okay,
crazy.
so have you ever like, you know, been like you and an ex broke up and then you go back together, or like have you been with an ex again?
I would say I have probably once, but like it's yeah, we got back together as well. We started dating again and everything, do you get? But I don't think like in the way that OKAFOR'S law means it, though. I like not in that way. But yeah, I've been with an ex again. What about you?
Yeah, I've been with an ex before. Although I'm very much I can cut you off instantly. Like I do that so quickly, and I'm very very brutal with the way I end like relationships because it's so emotional. I saw this tweet when they were like, oh, if a man blocks you, you have to have been evil.
Yeah, you have to have been devious.
I don't think there's
bro.
ever been a guy that I've dated that's not blocked me.
Like,
You're
crazy.
After I've done, they would just, I don't know why. I mean, like, obviously, initially, I don't notice they block me. It's months later that maybe I'll be scrolling through my views and I'll see the guy. Then I go and click on their page. You know, since like they block me, if they follow me in the back, it will now says follow back. So that's how I know that, like,
yeah, you're not following
me or they remove me.
yeah.
Because I didn't go to, I don't care. I didn't go to do that. So, and at first, it happened with one guy, and I was like, oh, okay, you just being sassy.
Yeah.
Then I was like, wait, what?
It's coming
I
pattern.
was like, wait, I'm not that mean. I was actually
But
crazy.
yeah, if a guy blocks you,
That's
you
crazy.
must have been devious.
Very, I'm bad.
Evil
I'm
women,
terrible.
fear them.
I'm terrible.
Fear them.
But so this guy was an exception, only because like we were just like growing, you know. So when we like I guess broke up, I was still very mean to this guy. I don't even know.
How you survived this?
Like so, like you know, most of them were like, "Okay, are you doing good now? Yeah, we can get back together." I don't think there's no big deal in that one. Like I was saying earlier about some women being stigmatized, right? So there's some girls that like when they lose their virginity to a certain guy, you know, and maybe the guy pleased them sexually in a way they never thought possible. Because I mean, like I feel like we all imagine what sex would be like. So maybe once they experience that, like, and they're like, whoa.
They have such high standards.
Yeah, they're like, I can't believe this is what
was
I've been
good,
missing out
yes.
on. And even though the guy does not treat them in the way that they are meant to be treated, you know, like
they're still stuck on him.
they're stuck on that guy sexually.
Okay, so basically, this one says OKAFOR'S law is more accurate than the laws of physics. Women rarely have good sex, so they manage the little they get. As long as the sex is above average, it will most likely happen again. I remember one babe that tried to fight it. She told me to block her everywhere, but she ended up asking a mutual friend to beg me to unblock her. It's sad, but there isn't enough good dick to choose from.
I believe that.
That there isn't enough good dick.
Yeah, that's why it was that. That's also another hot topic where like they will ask women, do you prefer a man? He has everything going for him. It's just that his sex is bad.
Yeah.
Or a guy who has really good sex, but he has
like his life is not going
Yeah.
good together. Yeah.
also the thing where like you will see like a woman who has everything going for her, and you see her with a man that ain't got nothing going for him, and you know like it's only because he has good sex.
Yeah.
There isn't. I believe that. I definitely
I
believe that.
definitely believe that there's not enough good. Because you can't have everything in mind.
You actually can.
Because like people will say, oh, which one do you want? Do you want like good and kidney or bad
And
and
it's a very popular topic because
Yeah.
it's something that's very, very common. That
Yeah,
men
it is.
don't know how to please women sexually properly.
True.
So this one I'm gonna read is by Ada. She's 30. She's a female and she's straight. So basically she's saying Okafor's law is a sexist myth. I think Nigerian men say it a lot because they want it to be true. If your ex is still fucking you, it's because she hasn't found better, not because your dick is irresistible.
True.
Period. If it were true, men wouldn't always be lamenting about how babes free them when they don't have money.
That is true because
Hey, listen.
Okay.
If it's a norm, they should have no problem fucking those exes that free them for babe, bro.
That is true because like, why would a woman leave you? Like, if your dick was that good, like even like, and you didn't have money, why would a woman leave you?
She'll still leave you.
She'll still leave you because
anyway.
it's not perfect. It's not heaven. Like rest.
So she finishes by saying, "I'm not surprised an Igbo man came up with it." I mean, who is Okafor if not a confused misogynist? That's what Igbo men are. Yeah, that's what Igbo men are. Confused misogynists. Like, bro. That's what they are.
Igbo men.
I have Igbo uncles, brothers, cousins, neighbors.
That's what they are.
Personally, I could never sleep with any of my exes. I actually get grossed out when they try their luck. Wow. No,
wow.
I agree with
I agree with her 100%. Because like we were looking at it from a different perspective, and then like listening to what she just wrote, it's like like that's actually facts, bro. No. Because like for a woman to still be sleeping with her ex, she hasn't found better. When women find better, they'll drop you. It's not about you have any kind of hold.
Only allowing you to alive because she wants
because she
has some power over
because
her.
if she found better, who are you? You'll be grossed out by you and what you're doing.
It's men that are coming up with this, right? He just wants to sit around his brokers, fellow bros over like, there talking about, you know, that my ex Sophia, I was able to sleep with her.
Okafor's got like be fucking for
real.
Nigga. James, he's 43, male, straight. Okafor's law is unfortunately true for both men and women. We haven't heard for one.
And he's 43. Okay, a little life experience.
Yeah, if the sex was great, it will definitely happen again as long as the opportunity presents itself. The law actually ruined my marriage. Wahala. One of my exes moved close to my house, and that was the beginning of the end. We were both married, but that didn't stop us from sleeping with each other for 3 years.
Hey, Fabio!
Yeah, both men and women. What?
2 years. Hey, we were both married.
So she was in her own marriage.
In your own marriage. 3 years.
Fear men, fear women, fear both of them, fear both genders.
Human beings.
What? Fear human beings as a whole.
Beings. The person that came up with this law, the people that participate in this.
And then he now said, my wife eventually found out and left me. Good for her.
Good for Bet.
Yeah. I had to block the ex everywhere because we couldn't turn each other down.
Are you down? Are you stupid? You are blocking her after the marriage.
After the marriage has ended.
You don't block her when she moved out.
Just continue joining.
That's not going to build a wall greater than the Great Wall of China.
And he said,
you're not blocking her after.
So he said, I think Okafor's law is an undeniable fact as long as the sex is memorable.
Well, for a man that age who has experienced it firsthand and foremost, for him it is true.
For him.
Okay, so what we're saying, we're not saying the Okafor's law. Are we saying it is possible? Are we saying it's a thing?
Well, we're not saying it's a thing, but we're saying it's possible. It's something that like could be could happen, you know. But I feel like according to what the other girl said, like the other woman said earlier, like I could see her point of view, knowing that it's not possible.
Two things can be true at the same time.
Yeah, two things can be true at the same time. It's not. It's like there's a gray area, you know. It doesn't have to be black or white. There's a gray area where it's like it could be true or false. Like it could be true and true, like two perspectives could be true. You know, we can agree to disagree. So it's like this man being 43, he ended his marriage over his ex. It's crazy.
That was married too.
Do you get?
Yeah,
it's not if she was single. You both were married.
There's no excuse.
Like,
no excuse.
Her husband was not better. That's the only thing I can say. Her husband wasn't better.
I feel bad for her husband.
Yeah, because you'd have been like, damn. So everything we're doing.
Yeah. Okay. So that's also the thing with that debate, you know, like women, like maybe her husband had everything she could ever dream of.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Yeah, so that's why
she's not gonna miss out on having a great life because of sex.
Because of sex, so she just got married to him.
She just got married to him.
That
and when
sense.
she saw that opportunity, she jumped for it. And they were neighbors. It's easy. Honey, bye-bye, go to work.
You get it. Let's go. You know, that's crazy.
Okay, so next one I'm gonna read is Nike, 25, female, straight. She says, I think Okafor's law is undeniable. Anybody that says it's a myth is just living a fake life. Granted, I think it depends on how things ended with the person in question. If it didn't end in a disastrous manner, then I don't see what's stopping it from happening again and again. Especially if you're both around each other and still feeling yourself. Yeah, okay.
Okay, if you're still feeling yourself, yeah.
And she's like, I think it depends on how things ended with the person in question. But what OKAFOR'S law is saying is that
no matter like, how it ends,
you know.
Yeah.
So
because OKAFOR'S law is like different from what she's saying. OKAFOR'S law is like saying like no matter how it ended, you know, you can still get back with this person.
But she's saying herself by saying it's undeniable and saying it depends on how
it
things
ended. Because that's not OKAFOR'S. Yeah.
So we're gonna skip Nikki. Bye. Okay. Are we Toby too? Toby, 29, male, straight. Okay, I also think Nikki was the youngest person that we've heard her view on this.
Okay, maybe that's right.
Toby, 29, male, straight, says the version of OKAFOR'S law I believe is in gender neutral. Yeah, and I think it applies to men more than women. Men rarely have shame.
That's true. Man.
This is a man.
He's dragging his own gender.
Yeah. So we are more likely to hook up with an old fuck buddy, no questions asked. Okay, very true.
That's true. Because men are cheaper, like men are easier to get than women. So if a man sees a chance with someone he's had like great sex with in the past,
he's gonna go for it.
Because men, like you know what we said the other episode, men are easy when it comes to sex, but not committed relationships. So it's like if you want to get a man again and like you guys had great sex in the past, like you most likely get him again.
But again, in that aspect, is that I don't think that's OKAFOR'S law.
Yeah.
I feel like OKAFOR's law is saying that if a man, it's a very sexist.
Yeah, very sexist.
It's not gender neutral. Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, it applies to men. Okay.
Wanting women back.
Yes.
You know, yeah.
Right. It's not whether a man wants or a woman. It's basically saying. And it's not even about like shame. It's not even about shame. It's just saying that it's more about ego. It's like very egotistical something.
Yeah.
That if a man wants a woman
back
that he's had a sexual past with, he can get her.
My day, 27, female, straight. OKAFOR'S law is a sexist myth. Second time we're hearing this from a woman. It's women that are saying it's sexist, obviously. Because we're the ones that have sense enough to say sexist. Do you get? I've only been with 2 ex-lovers and it's not for the lack of others trying. There's always better or at least super close dick out there. So why would anyone be unable to turn down an ex? That's true. Like why would you be unable to turn down an ex? Because there's always better, you know, or something that's close to what you've had. You get? So it's actually very sexist.
You should be able to turn down an ex. Well, now that I've learned about this law and I've heard about it, for me, I don't think it's a myth, you know? I don't think it's a myth, but I don't think it's undeniable facts. But I don't think it's a myth. I do think that if a man and a woman have a sexual past where they both felt, that's also the thing, where they both felt that the sex was good, that in the future, no matter what happened between the two of them, they can still get back together sexually.
I agree. And now we've come to the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe,
like, share, and definitely comment what you thought about OKAFOR'S law.
Yeah, like do you think it's true?
Yeah, have you heard about it?
Do you think it's a myth? So, bye.
Bye.